Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the return of the king? There's iSeriously on Twitter. This man was the go-to for upcoming Dokkan events or teasing upcoming Dokkan events on Twitter, and then he stopped with all the leaks and stuff. But now he's back. Now he is back, and by the GIF, as you can tell, the next Dokkanfest to come to global is indeed the Dokkanfest TOP androids. Now, usually in a video like this, I'll go through everything that is coming in their celebration, but I've kind of already done that in a previous video of everything we know that is coming to Dokkan, or global Dokkan at least, this year so far. The only things, of course, that we don't know that are coming just yet are Saiyan Day and Golden Week. And then, of course, we're in that down period right now with Dokkan where the Dokkanfest dropping aren't that hype. Aside from maybe, you know, as I said, not pure, Saiyan Day or Golden Week, because we don't know what they are yet. And then maybe the New Year's dual Dokkanfest that we'll get sometime between April and May, which of course is Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku and also Hirudegarn. But we're in that period where you're pretty much just, your best bet is saving your stones for the anniversary, building up that stone balance to maybe dip your toes into Saiyan Day, dip your toes into Golden Week, or potentially the New Year's dual Dokkanfest that was on JP. But for the most part, building up the stone balance for the 9th anniversary, which of course we know is Gogeta Blue and Broly. This is also the celebration that brings EZA Strength Jiren, whose EZA is not bad, but he's pretty much just an ESBR unit on steroids. It would have been nice if he was a bit better than that. And also part 2 will bring LR Ribrian, who we've also gone over, but for the sake of the video we will go over the Dokkanfest TOP androids anyway. So they will lead tournament participants or siblings bond with the 170 and then give the extra HP in attack and defense plus 30% to characters who belong to reps on joined forces. Now, the reason why this category has just got better is because, of course, we know that during the countdown celebration for the 9th anniversary right now, EZA Strength UI is coming. He also looks very, very good. Following the trend of previous anniversary units getting their EZAs during the anniversary now, it also means the year 6 units should be EZAing this year, which of course LR AJL UI and LR SSBE, and they both have the potential to be very, very good. That double UI rotation could be one of the most fun rotations in the game, dodging everything. So this category is only going to get stronger. Not to mention as well, Strength UI, who knows, maybe the AGL UI as well when eventually we find out their details. The Strength UI increases his dodge chance, which is already 70%, but gets increased dodge chance per reps unit, which of course these guys are, AGL UI is, SSBE is, MVP 17 still exists, and so does EZA SSBK. Reps is making somewhat of a comeback, somewhat of a return with all of these EZAs, and this unit will thrive because of that. So they might not be too hyped, too great on global right now. However, when the anniversary comes about, they're going to get a whole lot better. Not to mention the tournament of participants lead is actually pretty good. As I already mentioned, AGL UI, potentially EZA, Ken and Caulifla, very solid EZA. Same with Gohan, has aged a little bit though. This Tech Jiren at some point is due an EZA, just remember that. So is SSBE this year. During the anniversary, we already know Strength UI. We saw his details, this morning. He's looking very solid. Or no, yesterday, he's looking very solid. These guys are also due an EZA as well. Who knows, they might EZA during the 9th anniversary. And hopefully they're going to be sick. This Kale's pretty good. Then there's also units such as the 23rd World Tournament Goku, still one of the strongest TURs in the game, or Dokkanfest in the game. Then there is also the likes of, as I already mentioned, SSBK. And then we start to kind of get down to the more kind of meaty units. But this is a pretty decent category. There's some very solid units on the tournament participants category. Their super attack, they will greatly raise attack and defense by 50%, cause immense damage to the enemy, and they do have a unit super attack with Goku. And now there's going to be multiple choice. Again, EZA SSBK, EZA Strength UI, and then EZA AGL UI eventually during the 9th anniversary as well. That can trigger their unit super attack, where they'll massively raise attack and defense by 100% for the turn. They'll cause immense damage to the enemy and raise all allies' attack and defense by 30% for 2 turns, self-excluded. So those units are only going to perform even better, and as I mentioned, they'll do this unit super attack with an ally whose name includes Goku. And I said we had 1, now we're going to have 3 after the anniversary. You activate the entrance animation and they'll randomly be changed key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres for 4 turns from the start of turn when there is another reps category unit on the team, or at the start of attacking turn. They start with attack plus 170 and defense plus 180, then gain an additional attack and defense plus 50% and damage reduction by 30% when performing a super attack. They then gain an additional attack plus 50% and a 50% chance of performing a critical hit with 7 or more key spheres obtained, which of course this orb change is going to help them collect those key spheres. Tournament participants category allies will gain key plus 2 and attack and defense plus 35%, and obtained key plus 1 and an additional, don't know why I said obtained, an additional key plus 1 and attack plus 17% and defense plus 18% with 7 or more key spheres obtained. Then they'll gain an additional attack plus 59% performing a super attack, and foresee enemy super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn, which once again has gotten even easier to get all of this because we are going to be getting 2 more EZA Goku units that can trigger this on this category with them, which is good. Now don't get me wrong, they're not best unit in the game or anything. I do think they're actually a pretty decent Dokkanfest. The only thing is, reps did need a lot of help, and with all the potential EZAs, including the one we already know confirmed in Strength UI coming during the 9th anniversary, I said reps is getting a bit of a revival, even without them getting new Dokkanfest right now, which is also on the horizon because we haven't revisited reps or essentially TOP in a while with UI, SSBE, and Jiren, etc. The category is still getting somewhat of a revival with all these EZAs, which I did say when I went over this unit before. So the potential that is there is now kind of coming, and they still have another level to reach, as I said, with new units, new Dokkanfest, that will still come at a later date. The one thing that is kind of annoying about this unit, not only are they a very solid unit, the damage reduction is great, the support is great, all of those kind of things. I mean, that unit SA effect, or the, you know, the joint unit SA effect is great. Reps kind of needed, or these guys specifically needed to be a slot 1 unit. Now those slot 1 units could come at a later date, but right now slot 1 unit is needed. But who knows, with the UI EZAs, maybe they could be those. I mean, I know Strength UI does have a slot 1 condition where he gets, I can't remember off the top of my head, but something extra. But if that damage reduction was, or there was some damage reduction at the beginning, then got extra damage reduction on super, they could have gone in slot 1. But unfortunately, they're not the best at being a slot 1 unit. But regardless, they're still a solid release, and as I said, their category and them are only going to get better with these reps EZAs that are coming. They do have an active skill. They'll only change text key spheres to int key spheres, and this can be activated when HP is 78% or less, starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. I can't lie, this condition is kind of cheeks considering this is all they're doing. I know their whole kit is built around key spheres and etc, so it's kind of important to them, but 5th turn for this? Meh. Their link says Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, The Innocence, Fierce Battle. However, a rotation you can run with them is of course MVP in slot 1. You know, get your HP down a little bit so he has his damage reduction, all of his damage reduction. He also has that big defensive support, and then these guys go in slot 2. That could work. Or they could just go in slot 3 and float. And then you can have MVP 17 and the likes of SSBK, who will have his guard triggered only for 5 turns. Their categories are Universe Survival Saga, Androids, Reps Universe 7, Joined Forces, Siblings Bond, Weather Rivals, Superheroes, Tournament Participants. The only categories you're going to really run them on are Universe Survival Saga, Tournament Participants, and Reps, just because that's primarily where the Reps units are, and that's kind of where they're going to thrive. And this is the TOP Androids banner. It's actually not a bad banner, of course. There's them, their side banner unit, which we'll go over their details shortly. Kale, whether you like her or not as a character, she actually was pretty solid. She recently helped me complete the full power mission against the Shadow Dragon Omega event not too recently on, recently on Global. She's actually a pretty solid unit, even at 55%. Yes, she does need another unit to go with her, Universe 6 one specifically, but then that's what the EZA, LRK, and Cleaver are for. So she's actually a decent unit. God Goku, still one of the strongest TURs in the game. Path to Power Kid Goku, while has age, still is quite strong. Just doesn't have a lot of help for his team at the moment. And then Tech Kid and Cleaver are booty cheeks, and Videl has just aged a lot at this point. So along with the androids and then these three, their banner's not bad. But of course, as I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, your best bet right now is global players, especially because we know what's coming for at least part 1 of the anniversary. And we're in January and our anniversary's in July. Is save your stones. If you need or want any of these 3 units here, which are the only valuable ones on this banner, pick them up with coins. Unless you really want to summon for them, then by all means go for it. Or you spend money on the game. Now, to round out this video is the side banner unit, which is the Zerloin and Rabanra and Zabuto units, which I didn't even know that was their names. It's been so long since I've seen Dragon Ball Super, and I really didn't give a shit about these guys that I actually didn't realize these were their names. But good to know. We've got Zedarzar, we've got Zaz. They will sub-lead Power of Wishes. On super attack, they'll greatly raise attack by 50% for 1 turn, cause supreme damage to the enemy. On their passive, will get Ki +2, attack and defense plus 50% per Power of Wishes, or tournament participants category allies on the team. They'll then gain an additional attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack, and launch an additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack when there is another Power of Wishes category ally attacking in the same turn. Attacks are effective against all types and start from the 4th turn. Disable the enemy's action once within a turn when there is another tournament participant category ally attacking in the same turn. They're not great, I'll be honest. The only part of their kit which is decent is this, which of course are attached to a lot of active skills. So yeah, there's that. Even less value on their banner. The Link skills are Signature Pose, Tournament Power, Metamorphosis, More Than Meets the Eye, Solid Support, In Fire, Fierce Battle, and their categories are Universe, Survival Saga, Transformation Boost, Join Forces, Final Trump Card, Special Pose, Power Wishes, Tournament Participants, although your best place to run them is with only Power Wishes or Tournament Participant category allies, so you get that full key and attack and defense plus 50% boost per ally, or should I say the attack and defense plus 50% per ally boost. Otherwise, they're not going to do too great. But that is what is coming next on Global. Let me know your thoughts and if you're going to be summoning down in the comments. I can't imagine too many of you are going to be. And while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. I'll see you in the next one, guys. And peace.